is a form of dance, but people see it as a art, like more as an art and a self-expression.
It's music, it's like culture, it's dance. It's just like kind of a way of how like the community connects and like communicates.
I started learning flamenco when I was 13 years old in my city in Colombia, Barranquilla, because my mom used to dance belly dance also, and I used to do my homework while she was in her belly dance lessons. What I remember is just her being like taking her lessons with her class, and I was just in a little corner doing my homework and kind of like staring at everyone and just like doing like this, like I'm doing homework but I'm not. And then I was like, okay, I want to try it. So then I started taking lessons and I just stood with her for a couple of years. Then I changed to other styles. Wasn't a person yet who was teaching flamenco by that time. And a lady who came from Spain, she started to make her own company and teaching classes, and actually was her first student. So I started having like kind of like personal classes with her, so that helped me a lot when I started dancing.
Pentagrama. That's actually where I like became a dancer. They taught me everything I know, the discipline, the technique, and every dance like tap, jazz. They taught me everything.
Well, I started off with ballet and tap and kept doing that, but then I think I watched my director right now. I saw her perform probably when I was like 9 or 10, like a year after I started dancing, and I started getting into flamenco because I wanted to do that. And it was like the most familiar form of dance that my parents knew, since they like grew up in Colombia. Like they knew about like more like salsa and stuff like that. They didn't really know much about ballets and like traditional classical forms. So they were really happy and like kind of pushed me towards doing more like Spanish dance and flamenco and stuff like that.
I didn't start dancing flamenco, just flamenco. I started dancing jazz, tap, contemporary, ballet, and then flamenco.
I wanted to try just another style, so I went for tango, but there wasn't many tango professors in my city. And so the one who taught tango classes, he didn't have like availability to teach me, and he introduced me to this lady who was my flamenco teacher, and so that's just how it went. I talk to my dad like every day. When I'm done learning a new number, I would video call him and just perform it in front of him. That's how it is. Yeah, I wish he could be here every night. I'm still new, so I'm learning numbers every 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I live with my mom, and then I go to Colombia twice a year. I try to go 3. I didn't go to Colombia for the pandemic for like a whole year, almost 2 years actually, but I got to go last month. It is very hard, just like saying goodbye again and bye again, especially when you come and then you go back and you don't find the same people you left.
My parents didn't have lots of opportunities. My dad, he dropped out of school like when he was like in middle school. In Colombia, things are a lot different. He started working early in a really, really, really small town up in the mountains called Toribio. That's where my indigenous roots are from. That's where my dad started, and it's actually like has a lot of history with like guerrilla and rebel fighters. So there's lots of violence out there, and my dad had to live some like crazy stuff and stuff like that. But it's really important in that's where my indigenous roots are from. There's lots of indigenous communities out there, more than anything, it was for my dad. It was out of necessity. He didn't really see a future in Colombia. My mom had been traveling a lot. She was born in Colombia, and she kept moving back and forth from Colombia to Venezuela, for other opportunities, for career, for money, and so on and so forth. So they found the opportunity to come to the US. My mom had it easier to come to the US. My dad, not so much.
It was hard because we didn't have that much like freedom, because like Venezuela, it was really insecure, and it was that's why I'm actually here, like to have a better like life. My mom and my dad and my brother are here with me, so they're here in the United States, and the other families, I see them a little bit, but I haven't been to Venezuela like since I came. I want to visit again, but there's not a lot of people left there, because Venezuela is a country that is really, it's like in a dictatorship, right? So it was hard for us, for every Venezuelan. It was hard to like have a good life in the way that has like there wasn't enough like basic needs, so there wasn't enough. It's not like, oh, I was starving, you know. No, it's like it was hard for us to go to the supermarket and find everything, and then where I couldn't go like, oh mom, I'll come back, I'll go hang out with my friends. It wasn't like that. I needed to be home to be safe, because it was really insecure. We actually apply for I forgot the name, but it's like a lottery that you can apply and you get the residency. So we did that, and we were at the doctor, and we didn't check the results. They tell you the result, whatever, they send you an email, and my dad was, oh, I'm gonna just check, and we got it, and that is really like, there's not a lot of people that gets that. So we got it. We prepared to come here to the United States, and it's really hard because you live your life there and just like putting in one suitcase, and you came here to have a better life. So that's why I'm not thrilled to go back, because I know what it is to like, I came here, I can go wherever, there's always security. And yeah, that's why. And there's not enough family members there. I prefer going to Spain, that there's more people there.
But it was definitely really, really hard starting a life here in the US. And that is sometimes a really heavy reminder of like, I gotta like make this happen. Like, I gotta be okay. I have to be successful, whatever that means. Like, I can't let the work that my parents did, and like, I can't let them down, you know? I'm really hard on myself, and because I grew up like competing too, my parents were actually, or even my mom was never like a dance mom. They were really busy working, so I had to like figure it out on my own. So the only person that really like was like hard on myself and like pushed me like I actually want to do this, so I have to work hard to like make this happen, be good enough, whatever that means, to like make a living out of this. So I think I pushed myself the hardest, but everyone was really around me, was a really good support and like getting me to where I needed to be.
In Colombia, in Barranquilla, my city especially, we have this carnival. It's usually in February. It lasts for a week, a few days, and we have like a queen, a king. We have so many companies that dances. It's very competitive. We have like this festival where all the companies who dance at the carnival, we compete to each other, like dancing numbers. And then 3 days, we go to the street. We actually dance in the streets with all our costumes, makeup, things. And it's just like, that could last probably like 2, 3, 4 hours dancing without stopping. There's people assigned to specially give water to the dancers.
I know there's a lot of people who maybe don't quite understand what we're doing, but I think it's really cool that we get to share that with people, and maybe like someone that looks like me gets to see a group of girls on stage that aren't that ballet prototype, which is changing every day, but it's really cool that maybe like a younger version of myself gets to see like someone that looks like her on stage, and they're like dancing for a job. And I think that's really cool that I get to inspire people that look like me and other people with aspirations to perform and be an artist and make it a living.
Oh, it's really important. Yeah, like it's my identity, so I always like embrace it. I always say that I'm from Venezuela, it's really important. I always say my family is also, my grandfather is from Madrid, so that's why I always embrace the flamenco culture, the Spain culture, and that is really important and it's really big in Venezuela. Yeah. When I dance flamenco, I always do it in the way to make people learn about every time we perform is for people to know what it is to dance flamenco. You show it, like I always have this like emotional face for them to understand that it's really emotional for us to dance. When you get to learn the entire dance, like you know it top to bottom and you know it really well, you start not to think about the dance, you start thinking about more like what to put on the dance, the emotion thing. So in here you kind of feel the music, so your face already, it's like putting a lot of emotion to it. It's not that you think about it, it's more like sometimes I do not think that the people are there, so it's just me. The flamenco is really into you, it's really like you dancing, and that's why people see that. It's not like I'm gonna put like a sad face because it sounds sad. No, it's just like you kind of your body just does it, and whenever it's like happy, you put a smile on your face, and it's like you can't help it.
I guess because I've been here for so long and performing so long, kind of get like desensitized to like what it is you actually do. Like you come here, you dance for a living, you get paid, and to that, like for that same purpose, my parents are really proud because it's like, wow, like they've been having to work their whole like back-breaking labor to like get where they need to be, and my daughter just gets to come here and dance and put in like a lot of work as well, but it's a different type of labor. Makes me proud that I'm able to kind of represent their hard work into something that's like different and something that they didn't have the opportunity to do.
Like I don't want to say it like it's because of the people, because it's something that I do for myself, but it feels good, the fact that people watch you do what you love to do. You know what I mean? That I'm dancing there, but I don't feel like it's a job. Like when you do something that you like, it doesn't feel like a job anymore. I'm just enjoying the moment. I'm just like, I feel like I connect a lot to people while I'm dancing, and I feel like I put a lot of me in there, and that's what it is.
There's a long way to like get to a level that all the people know what is flamenco dancing, but like it's really awesome that I'm here, and I know like the Colombia Restaurant and the flamenco dance company is really big in Tampa, and it's like you search flamenco dance Tampa and it shows Colombia Restaurant. So yeah, I'm really proud of it.
I take pride in my culture and my heritage, where I come from, and my ancestors, and the work that's been put for me to be here. I take pride in like the good and the ugly, but that's part of what I am and how I ended up here. So I really hope I do represent my people who look like me. I hope I make them proud and get to show them another side of what we can do and what we can offer. Yo beso su labio rojo, su labio rojo. Yo beso su labio rojo, su labio rojo. Que te quería.
vacío. Pájaros del agua. Vámonos, Melino. Dime que me quieres. Dime que me amas. Dime que me quieres. Dime que me amas. Y como el sol está saliendo, y como el sol está saliendo, voy a ponerme ese vestido blanco con lunares negros. Voy a ponerme ese vestido blanco con lunares negros. Ay, que me lo regala.